Okay, so we have two main characters, Damingsa and Shansai. So they both go to the same university, and I believe that he might be a grade or two above her. And he's in this group called F4 with his three best friends that they grew up together. They're very smart, they're very wealthy, they're ladies' men. How he and Shansai meet is she's going to orientation. She gets out of orientation. She sees a group of people running. It's a big fuss. So we've come to find that they are running behind F4, who are very popular in the school. Weirdly popular, because I never seen no group of anyone that be having fans and stuff at school. It was very much an event. But her phone got knocked out of her hand. She's trying to go get it. When she reaches the phone, you see a green shoe just step on it and crunch down on the phone and continue walking. And that's her introduction to Damingsa. What a jerk. Because if you stepping on something, you've been walking for years. So if you're stepping on something, you're going to feel that. There's no way that I could step on the phone and say, I didn't know that was your phone. I didn't even know there was a phone on the ground. You felt it, and then maybe he didn't hear it, but you felt it. He had on a thin loafer. It wasn't like he was wearing some kind of clog or nothing like that. He had on a loafer shoe, and you knew that you were stepping on something. So she was mad. She's like, yo, this is my phone. Like, I need my phone. So she tracked him down. She got in trouble because she tracked down the wrong person at first. But then she found him and she was like, hey, green shoe, you stepped on my phone. And he was like, oh, did I? Not my problem. Have a good day, like that. So that started their little back and forth. And I feel like he was impressed with her, even though she got on his nerves, and vice versa. But he never had a woman or a girl to challenge him in that way. That's how I feel. Because he started to become attracted to her. Because usually people are scared of him. But she just like, you don't scare me. I'm not scared of you. I'm not intimidated by anything that you got going on right now. So he started liking her. And I feel like there's an episode where he ordered food from her family's restaurant, and I feel like he knew it was her family's restaurant because rich people have connections. So I just feel like he figured out, oh, I'm going to get her, I'm going to tour her some more, this is where her family works, let me place an order, because there's no way. Like, I feel like, I really, really feel that way because he ordered like 20 plates of food for one person. Oh, you playing. So yeah, he ordered the food. She came, she dropped it off. She like, oh my gosh, it's you. And he was like, okay. And so she's leaving. She like, enjoy your food. He like, wait, I need to check to make sure my stuff is correct. Okay. So he opened up the food and he was like, this is what your family make. This look nasty. So of course it's going to make me mad. This is my family business. We work hard. You order things and you just going to sit here and insult my family business and think I'm just going to let you do that. So she was like, oh no. Like, I feel sorry for you. You're trash. Our school is known to have people with good reputations. You don't even belong at that school. And she was just ripping into him. And he just got so upset that he took the food. He took the food and he slammed it into the side of her face and her neck. Hard. You seen a food fight? People throwing food? Can you imagine somebody taking a Tupperware and slamming it against the side of you? I felt like he hit me. That's how it shook me, like, whoa. And let me tell you something. If I was on this show, there would be no more episodes after that one. Because you're not going to sit here and tell me that I got to keep coming to set with this person and pretend that we in love. No, this story over. You hit me. And that's all I need to know. I don't need to get to know you any further than that, knowing that when it gets hot in the kitchen, you gonna hit to get your way out. No, that show would have been done. There would have been whatever episode it was on, probably episode 4 or something like that. That would have been the last episode of the series because I will refuse. This is not going to be my story that I'm going to be telling my grandkids. Oh, your grandfather used to be so mean. Do you know he hit me with food with such force it almost took my head off? No. over. So yeah, she was in shock, and he had the audacity to say, "Oh, that's what you get because you started with me first." You for real? Like, this is what we doing? Okay. So she was just like, no problem. And that's how her and Lay officially got connected, because she ran somewhere. She was crying. And I don't know if he heard her. He probably heard her crying. He came over there. He gave her a handkerchief. He said, do headstands if you feel like crying so the tears won't fall out. And who's doing that? When you're distraught, you're not going to run over to a wall to do a flip and stay upside down. Because I don't know how to do no headstand without a wall. To do a flip and stay upside down until you feel better, you're going to have a headache. And you're going to be lightheaded. That was horrible advice. But he was there for her consistently in this series. And I have big respect for him. And I just like his mannerisms. Even though he had some shady moments. And we all know what those were. Using people because you're trying to get over somebody that clearly did not need you around. But whatever. He should have just never even did that. I just think that's disrespectful. Like, why don't guys have a code? It's a lot of guys that don't have a code. You know your best friend like this girl, whether he's mean to her or not. He has feelings for her. Why would you press her? Why would you try to talk to her? Why would you kiss her? He kissed her. And she liked him. Obviously, he was the one that kept helping her every time Daming Seo was acting out of pocket with her. He was helping. So, yeah, that's how they initially met. And of course, Daming Seo got wind of that. And of course, he was acting out, this is my woman, da 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 da. And everything that she was doing was a big problem for him if it didn't have nothing to do with him. So, it was crazy. But after he hit her that day, she came at him. She called his name. He turned around. She ran. She did some kick that you ain't never going to see nobody doing nobody unless you top tier taekwondo. And kicked him in the side of the head and knocked him unconscious, which was what he get. And his group of friends agreed, you've been doing too much and you deserve what you got. So that was that. But I don't know. He just really, really liked her. But he was too rough. I just feel like he was too rough. But after, it was one time where she was just like, please just leave me alone. Because he used to grab her by her shoulders and slam her into the wall. And telescope himself into her face like this. And it's just like, enough is enough. You're doing a lot. And I need for you to do less. So after she was like, please just let me go. You're hurting me. He said, I'm not going to do that no more. So, you know, he changed. He stopped being aggressive and stuff like that, but he never stopped doing this. That was just his signature. But he really did change it all around for her. But it was just, how do you go on from somebody who was your bully to him turning into the love of your life? That is just a story that I would never divulging. I would never tell nobody how we met and stuff, okay? This my husband, that's all you need to know, girl. Anyways, child, child. Whatever Nicki Minaj said. But, yeah, they went through a lot. His mother did not want him around her. He obviously did not care, so he kept getting punished and getting kidnapped and mollywopped and all these traumatic things because the mother was like, you are the heir, you need to behave as such. I already appointed you somebody that I wanted you to be with, and that's how that's going to go. And fake.org, whoever this chick is, she was an heiress. I don't know. I forget what her family owned. I want to say it was an oil company. I don't know. Anyways, his mother, that was the only place that his mother didn't have her hands in. And their company was going on a downward spiral. And she just, she was worrying about the company and not her kid, which is probably why he had all those issues with anger. As it is, she didn't raise him because unfortunately his father passed when he was a teenager. So she, became the front of the company. She became that person. She's the boss. So she was doing whatever she had to do, and she was willing to sacrifice him and Shansa's relationship to make sure that they had stayed above water. So it was just so horrible. It was horrible. And he really did not want to be with this girl, and she knew, but she ended up having a crush on him because he mistakenly grabbed her hand and ran out of this little meetup that they had where the mother was shady. She invited Shansai to that and had her witness that, and I think that was extremely disrespectful. And the way the show ended, the mother needed to do a little more than rolling the suitcase out the door with a smile on her face. She owed that girl a real apology. Like, you put her through stuff that you didn't have to. And thankfully, she was a strong girl, but that's just disrespectful. Anyhow, he was trying to grab Shansai's hand and run out, but he ended up grabbing the other girl's hand. So I guess that's when she started to like him or whatever. She got on his back. I don't know. She bit his shoulder or something like that. He started calling her monkey and ugly monster and stuff like that. Stuff like that. So she liked him. But listen to me. You like somebody. You already know that this person loves someone and want to marry that person. And that's the only person that he want to be with. And he has said it. And he has proven this. But you going to stand here and play in people's face as if you don't have a say in how this goes down. You have a say. And it made me really upset how she waited all the way until almost the wedding scene to be like, I'm not going to marry him ever. Like, you could have been said that. Because if she would have been said that, Daming Saw wouldn't have to have starved himself and his lips was looking like Frosted Flakes. That's how he was starving himself and he wasn't drinking. So his lips was very dry and it wouldn't have been none of that. And Shansai wouldn't have been standing outside for 72 nights and getting sick because the rain was just coming down. She was just standing there and she just lost all the liveliness in her face went down to her shoes and she was looking gray and tired. If you would have spoke up sooner, we wouldn't have had to have these tragic moments in the show. Okay, girl? So I'm not even on your team. Beautiful girl, beautiful actress, but that character, you tried it. And you know that you knew better than that. You are not a child and you could have made a difference. Like, how you going to stand there and tell the love of his life just to please let him go because you already know that we're going to get married. You know this wedding is going to happen. Excuse me? Excuse me? You don't get to do this. Like, why are you doing this? And anyway, even though Shansai went over there and tried to convince him that he should just marry the girl because the mother was really running terrible behaviors all up and through this Shansai's family and her friends' lives. Like, she was messing with her friends' families' livelihoods. They be having to move. This person had to change the job because she just like, I told you, get off my son. Like, you're not going to marry him. And if you keep doing this, I'm going to keep playing. And so she was like, okay, I give up. I'm not going to bother him no more. They broke up like 72 times in the show. And it was just a tragedy. And it was just a lot. But that last time that they finally got back together and the mother was like, okay, y'all engaged. Let's meet up. Let's have food. And, let's discuss everything. And Shansai cooked all this food for her to call and say, psych. Nobody's coming. Give up. You're not going to be with him. Let it go. And that was so embarrassing. Like, it was so embarrassing. But she made it seem as if he was in London, but he really was with her at their house there. But he wasn't eating. He wasn't drinking. He looked dead. And I'm just sorry to say that. But I thought he was dead. And I'm just like, what? She just sitting there and he not moving or nothing. I'm like, what's going on right now? But that ain't the worst. The worst one was when her security came. Okay, so the day before that, they had a little time together and he walked her home. He said, can I have a kiss? She tried it because she was like, have a kiss. What if somebody sees us? Meanwhile, girl, you live in a little alley type area. Nobody is over there and you knew that. And I don't know why it was like, okay, if you decided to be with this person, Go ahead and be with them. Y'all been going steady for too long for you to talk about some I'll kiss you next time. Excuse me? Excuse me? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? So he was like, it might not be a next time. And he was right. Because she kissed him on the cheek. And it was a kiss on the cheek. For all her to be fighting back like that for a kiss on the cheek. After that, his mother's security came and pulled him right up out of there. And she was just like, look, I know that you love this girl, but it's not going to go down tonight. You going to marry this one right here that I said, and stop playing with me. And you better tell her, leave you alone. So she went to London, poor thing, got mugged the first day she got there. Like, as soon as she sat down, she was supposed to call Lay and let them know that she landed, and she checked in her place safe, never called because they stole her money and her phone. Come to find out, they lived with this guy that she met at a club that liked her because she was a little tipsy, and she said she liked him, but she thought it was Lay because the boy was playing piano, and you already know Lay is the instrument prodigy, okay? He can do his thing. So, it's just like, really? Like, that just breaks your heart. You get robbed, and then you bump into them again. They have the audacity to say, oh, sorry, we sold your phone. They came back to the house with an armful of groceries. It was just terrible. It was just terrible. So, Lay didn't hear from her. So, you know, I told you, he's a good friend. He came to London to see about his girl. He's just like, no. What's going on? Like, where is she at? He ended up finding her, and he put her up in the place. She slept for a long time. She was crying and everything. It was just so traumatic because when she went to see Daming Sa, he told her, I should have never approached you. I can't afford to be selfish like you. We can't be in a relationship, and you need to just leave. Why did you even come here? And I'm just like, all the things that you put her through, and you gonna tell her to leave after she finally got her stuff together to tell you how she really feel about you, and you gonna tell her that she needed to leave, but we already know that the mother was the battery behind that, because he's not like that. He was mean, but he's not like that. With her, he don't play. So I already knew that it was something, because just like he was very emotionless, and it was just giving too much. But it really was crazy. I just couldn't imagine being in her shoes in that particular moment. But Lay came and got her. And, okay, they leaving. Daming Sa decided that he want to go to the restaurant and get food, but we already know that he was trying to go see about her. And Lay was like, you don't even deserve her love. You left her out here without a pot to piss in and a window to throw it out of, and you think that she gonna just sit here and be with you after that? Let's go, Shotside. And I was like, I know that's right. He was like, he had the audacity to say,
oh, what about the promise? What about that you said you was gonna eat hot pot with me, remember?
That's what your concerns are? You want to eat hot pot? Eat these. Eat these. Because you left me out here for dead. Okay? I had no pennies. I had nothing. This lady, thankfully, she gave me some soup or whatever she gave her and some water. And thankfully, I bumped into my friend from the other place, and I had somewhere to stay until Lay came and got me. You didn't even care. You told me not to be here. You told me to go home. And now you want to go eat with me? I'll think about it, because that's how she was doing. She got in the car, and she was like,
Lay, I wanna keep my last promise.
and Lay was like, okay. He's supportive. Whether he think it's wrong or right, he just like, all right. He loves her, though. He did not want to see her get hurt. And he's like, you're not going to keep doing this. Like, but she went. They had a good day out. It was sad. They didn't fight, but they had so much fun. The sad part for me was when they was eating at the restaurant, and she was like, can you pretend to be the old you? And they was going back and forth, and they was crying and acting like they was laughing, but they was crying. And it was just like, oh my gosh, this is really over. Because he was just like, look, next lifetime, we going to have each other forever. But let's just, spend the day together and go our separate ways. And it's just like, I cannot believe this. Like, you put me through all of this to watch for you to turn around and say, no. So they split up. But of course they ended up back together. But it was so much stuff. Like, it was just so much stuff. His ex-fiance was, she had him kidnapped. Both of them was kidnapped. So the mother would know how it feels when somebody's messing with her family. And it's just like, okay, girl, sure. And then he had ended up getting stabbed and in a coma and lost his memory. And he lost his memory only for Sean's side. He remembered everybody else but her. And he did that because she never really said her feelings. She never really said her true feelings for him. And he had to figure out a way for him to soothe his soul because he needed to know. And I understand. You really love somebody. You always say, I love you to this person. This person just like thumbs up. And it's just like, when are you going to say it back? So he had to go through. That was real drastic and scary because you never think that the love of your life is going to get hurt one day and may wake up and not remember you. And that's just, oh, she was jacked up off of that. After that, they got engaged. You know, the mother did her little fiasco that day, not coming, he didn't want to eat, he didn't want to drink. Finally, the girl was like I said, the girl said that she wasn't going to ever marry him and the mother needed to give it up and her parents would be in touch, and she was just like, okay. She also found out that Daming Sa is very smart and he has grown and he's not that little bad boy that she knew all these years as her son. He had matured and he fell in love and he found somebody, and that person made him proud. So he was, he changed. He developed a plan that was going to help the business grow into a whole new thing and be successful and stuff. So she decided to let it go and let it be, and they finally got to be together. But what about this wedding? Because why was his sister at the wedding in a short set dropping it like it's hot for a little dance routine with some background dances? What's going on, and why was there no lights on? I don't understand. They try to trick her and make her seem like she slept and missed everything, and Daming Sa got married to his ex-fiance and he's in London, and that was dumb. That was dumb. Why would you do that to somebody after all the trauma they've been through? You want to give them a heart attack. Thank you, no thanks. I could have did without that. That whole wedding was weird until he came, and then you saw a wedding. Like, why was his best friends like, marry me, marry me, marry me? Like, what was that? I don't understand. Huh? So whatever, that could have been gone too. But the wedding was cute. It was emotional for me, obviously, because they finally got to the wedding. It took them 49 episodes to get married, and I don't understand. But it was some weird parts in the series, but overall, good show. Great characters. I'm very impressed with the acting, and I love that there's a lot of young people coming to the front and doing this, because it's like you don't even see them as how young they are. I'm here for it, and I'm here for everything that they got going on. I support them, and it was great. But what a real Beauty and the Beast story that they told, huh? So, yeah, that is my opinion of the show. I do really miss them, and, I think a big part of the reason why I was so for the romance and disregarding the tragic parts of it is because I'm used to seeing it happen that way. So, no, I feel like ultimately, if Daming Sa was who he became, who he was in love without all of the behavior problems, I would really be like, I ship this. But her and Lay has something delicate and beautiful, but I don't know, whatever. I don't think that there should be another season. I mean, of course, there's room to do stuff, but I think it's fine the way it is. And, I mean, my imagination can really just soothe whatever I felt like I didn't get to experience through watching it. But ultimately, 2 thumbs up and 2 thumbs sideways, because happy and confused. And, yeah, that's it. So, that's how I feel. That's all of that. And I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Bye. Okay, honorable mentions are as follows. When Shansai went to Daming Sa's house to convince him to stop his hunger strike and marry his ex-fiance to preserve his family's legacy, and she was popping off at the mouth saying, oh, this relationship is not even all that. I'm an opportunist anyway. I just wanted the fame. I just wanted the money. I just wanted the glitz. I wanted the glamour. And he was on the other side of that door like, you're mad cute. Shut up. Like, shut up right now. Close your eyes. Think about all the things that we've been through and how my love never wavered for you. It's strong then and it's strong now. And I know you love me, because you wouldn't even come all this way to try to do this. You're trying to hurt me. You love me. You love me. Come on. You're worried about me. I understand that. So let me just handle this. I'm going to climb back on up in this bed, and I'm going to continue my hunger strike because I'm telling my mother that I'm not playing with her. Either you my wife or this is my life. Okay, period. XOXO Gossip Girl. And then those two girls at the school that were fake. The one that liked Daming Son, she had her little tag along with her. And she was just very manipulative. And she had Shansai halfway invite her to that little snow retreat that they went to. Had that girl out there looking for her best friend, knowing good and well that girl ain't stepping foot outside. Who's taking a night walk in a blizzard? Nobody. Stop it. That girl almost died. Daming Son came out there. He found her finally. He took her to the little place, tried to keep her warm, and he was just doing his thing. That was some man stuff right there. He was on survival right there. That's husband quality right there. Like that. So, but no, she tried me because he was like, look, everything that we tried is not working. You're still very cold. We got to do body to body. That's the only way that you're going to get warm. So, he took off his shirt and he's like, all right, come on, stop playing around. She like turned around. He's like, all right. So as soon as she took off her shirt, she had on her undershirt. I don't know why she's acting all wild. He ran over to her and he, held her tight. She gonna say,
Get off me.
Excuse me? Right now? You doing this right now? When I'm trying to save your life? You talking about some get off me? Go to sleep. It's gonna be better in the morning, I promise.
Then her other BFF from the beginning, that her and the guy and then Shansai, how that girl leaked that picture like it was something and it wasn't nothing to mess up Shansai's image because she liked Daming Sa. And just because Daming Sa kissed you when he was drunk because he thought you was somebody else and he woke up and he rejected you, you thought that you could do something like that? And that's not kind. It's not. I understand. You wanted to get in the party. It was raining. You got your clothes all wet. You saved up your money to try to do this, and you still didn't get in. I understand that you're mad at Shansai because it seemed like things come easy to her, but she's a nice person. And if you was nice, maybe you would have nice things. But I understand you're mad at her because maybe she should have just called and checked and seen if you was in there. But that does not warrant the disrespect and the humiliation that you put her through for no reason. And Shansai is very forgiving because I would have never forgiven her. She would have never been at my wedding. We would have never been tight. Because first of all, you tried to drag me through the dirt and act like you didn't know nothing about it. And you tried to take my stress. You tried to take Daming Sa from me. He is my stress. And you tried to do that? Girl, you out. You're out. And finally, Shansai's other BFF, the really cute one that worked with her at the tea shop and liked the dude from F4 that was playing on her time, did not deserve her. She was too good for you, but she's happy with you, so I'm happy with it. But you should have just stepped up and did what you had to do because you could have been happier sooner. You took all that time and playing hard to get. Like you wasn't throwing out all the compliments, protecting her, making sure she getting home, being all nice to her, giving her the attention that she wanted, that she deserved. And talking about I think you got it twisted. No, you got it twisted. And you need to get your act together. And that's a wrap. Those are my honorable mentions. If you have any more, please leave them in the comments. We can talk about this because this show was very good, honestly. It was good. And yeah, it's hard to remember every single detail that happened because that's just how it is. But if you watched it all the way to the end, thank you so much. I love you. I really, really enjoyed recording this, and I will see you next time. Different show, but next time.